All right, y'all. This is take two because after I got an emergency call from my beautiful wife, I had to race out to a doctor's appointment. That got taken care of. A few other things are getting taken care of. So, old Snowman is here, and we're going to try this again. And welcome to the audience on Zebo TV and Mosaic TV. Let's go. Oops.
This has been yet another Beating a Dead Horse presentation.
Wrong button. That ain't it.
Wrong.
Now let's go.
Now let's go.
Can't do it. We'll do it live. Do it live! I'll write it and we'll do it live!
Mister, will you please wake up? Wake up.
Good morning! Snowman here to all you Brock Purdy and San Francisco 49er haters. Shut up! I gotta thank you, Shane.
I mean, whatever happened to the games where breaking 100 points was, I don't know, unusual?
There was one word to sum up the All-Star weekend.
Trays. Cause we take this job so serious.
Splash Brothers, yes. Ray Allen, replace him with Steve Kerr. Reggie Miller, yeah.
What in the all types of blue hell?
Oh yeah! Here we go again. Good morning! Welcome once again to the Taco Tuesday edition of Snowman in the Morning. Glad to have y'all with us. To those who sent me texts and messages, I am fine. Just had to get something done with my feet. Appointment I forgot. Luckily, my better half, Dr. K, alerted me to said appointment. So that's why we shut it down the first time. And we're back here now. And we are loaded on this Tuesday edition. Bottom of this hour, we'll see the Playmaker, Darnell Sallins, and his return to the morning show. His work schedule has been nuts. Same with Ryan McCoffey, because people have asked me, what happened to those two staples? We're working on getting them back. It just depends on their work schedule, and we work around that. And I think we get coffee with McCarthy next week. I'll have to confirm it. Bottom of the second hour, you'll see Mic Drop Moran, and we're all going to be sitting on the edge of our seat anticipating the mic drop moment. And if y'all missed it yesterday, go to the Snowman Multimedia YouTube page, and you'll see not one but two mic drop moments featuring my beautiful wife, Dr. K, because it was crazy, and it broke us all up.
Yes.
Okay, let me get this out here. We talked earlier this morning about it. I'm going to say more about it now. There will be an expansion to the morning show coming. Working on what hour we're going to start, how many hours we're going to have. It's going to be at least 3. because after talking with the guys and talking with the production crew, they said y'all can fill easily 3 hours, maybe 4, with everything that we cover and everything that we want to cover. So we're gonna do it. We're gonna go ahead and stretch this baby out and see how it goes. Making sure everybody that has their scheduled spots gets into their scheduled spots. Make sure we keep the schedule the way that we keep it. But yeah, there's going to be a 4-hour show, and the first one just might be Friday. That will depend on the time of the appearance of our guest picker, and I think you can tell who it is. Mm-hmm. So we will work on that, and by Thanksgiving will be at least 3 hours. All right. So we can cover everything, because we cover a lot every day. And some of the stuff that we get to is from the day before, because we're only on for 2 hours. And some of the news comes after we sign off the air.
Man, I'm going to tell you right now, at least we're going to have that week of Thanksgiving off to plan this.
Yeah.
Yeah. So first week of December, it'll be the full expansion. Friday is going to be a test run. Then we'll have a couple other test runs. We're taking Thanksgiving week off. So if you see some replays, yep, because of what's going to happen on Sunday, December 1st, and we'll get to that in a little bit. So the expansion is coming. Hang tight with us. We're getting it all together. I'm talking about whether I should use my boom mic or my mic stand. I think I'm going to go back to the boom mic. I just got to put it in another place here. So with that out of the way, let's tell everybody what we're doing on the craziest December day of all, December 1st. Now, December 1st is going to be wicked. I am just going to say that December 1st is going to be absolutely wicked, because we are going to do something so stupid that we kind of gave you a clue to this past Sunday.
Yeah, I mean, we kind of did one.
We kind of did it last Sunday, that we're going to put it in full on December 1st. When we were planning our stream schedule, we wanted to see what games would be good enough and playoff worthy to do on December 1st. And it starts with the Colts and the Patriots.
That's playoff worthy.
Well, you never know. The Colts may get their act together, and I may have a guest with me on the call.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
I may have the lovely Dr. K with me. We got to work out how everything's going to fit here in studio, or if we got to move studios or things like that. But we're going to work it out to have Dr. K with me for the Colts game. Second one was an accident.
Yeah, it was.
An accidental find, because our original plan was to do a split shift, 1 o'clock game, take the afternoon off, and then do Sunday Night Football. Until we discovered a game that is so juicy, we couldn't ignore it. And that game is at 4:25. It's the feature game with the Philadelphia Eagles and the Baltimore Ravens.
And the crazy thing is, originally, it didn't look like it was going to be all that juicy when we first saw it.
No.
But the way not just Baltimore, but Philadelphia have been playing, this could be a playoff standard game.
And also, a situation of like how these teams are really evenly matched. You got Derrick Henry running for the Ravens, and then you have Saquon Barkley, a big find they got from the Giants, running for the Eagles.
Yep, that's at 4:25, and then we'll close out the night with an air show. Brock Purdy and the defending NFC champion San Francisco 49ers travel to Buffalo to take on the Buffalo Bills. That's an 8:20 kickoff. We should be done with our afternoon game by 7:30. We'll take a 15-minute recess, and then we will hop back on here for Sunday Night Football. Now, here is the thing. It is all going to be on the same stream. You're going to hear all of our B-roll stuff, too, because we want to make you guys laugh while we're doing this. And it's going to help 2 charities, one of which is my family, the Snow Strong Foundation, because we're going through a lot right now, and we need you guys. I will forever say that, because I want this to be a salary for me. And I can tell my wife and my daughter y'all can take a break for a few months because I got us. That's what I want to do. The second thing is kind of a dual purpose, because not only, and I talked about this before, not only do I want to help cancer victims, because I'm now in the community after beating cancer, and the way I can help them is with a positive message. Because what I want to do is go around the U.S. and speak to them. I want to be a speaker. I want to add that to my my resume. And not only that, since we've had now 3 hurricanes in the past 4 months,
yes,
people are still recovering. So we're going to help them also. So all the proceeds will be split between the Snow Strong Foundation, the cancer community, and the hurricane community. We will have all the details for you before we take our week off on Thanksgiving, and let you know everything that is going on. Oh man, we got a lot more to do in a short time to get there, which is why I mentioned the expansion. The boys are all for it. I'm for it. We're going to put it together. Let's take a break. When you all get back, I have a message for a couple groups of people. And they're not going to like it. Good.
Oh, boy.
What are you saying that for?
I know how this is going to end, and all I got to say is we're back in a deuce.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
People tell me how lucky my daughter is to have been adopted. But really, we're the lucky ones. Learn more at adoptuskids.org.
This planet has been great to me. It's given me gifts that I can't even explain. It's given me adventures and memories I'll never forget. And Battleborn, I think, has given me the opportunity to go beyond and give something back. How can I be a better custodian to this planet and the place I live? That's where I am with Battleborn. Let's make the planet a better place.
Whether it's news, the largest egg producer finds bird flu in chickens at a Texas plant, weather, devastating tornadoes rip through the heart of the United States, inspiration, a breast cancer survivor completed the journey of chemotherapy and now begins a future one of matrimony, or sports. Michael Jordan is shown on a photo with Diddy. LeBron James has a video extolling the virtues of a Diddy party. This has been yet another beating a dead horse presentation. We got you covered. BS3 Network, in association with Comey Media Incorporated, proudly present The Morning Shift with Cole Johnson. Live every weekday at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central.
Here's an important message from the Diabetes Solution Center. Do you like pricking your fingers to test your blood sugar levels? No one does, but it's important to maintain your health. And now, by wearing a small remote device called a continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, you don't need to prick your fingers anymore. It's easy to use and helps you make more accurate diabetes treatment decisions. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now. And if you have Medicare or most major insurance coverage, you may be able to get a new CGM at little to no out-of-pocket cost. Shipping is free, and we'll even bill your insurance company for you. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now to learn how to end the painful finger sticks and get your own continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, at little to no out-of-pocket cost.
SeatGeek is the ticketing app for fans like Boomstick Lady. No free throw is safe from the roar of her sticks. SeatGeek helps her find a seat in the direct eye line of the shooter so she can sit where her boomsticks make the biggest boom. Everybody okay? SeatGeek handles the tickets to sports, concerts, and more. so fans can fan.
Join the transporter to Hades.
Your butt and gut becomes one.
Join the reformer of hooker whores.
This is my daughter, Placenta Booty Johnson.
Join the bronze car.
Whenever you are in distress, take off your baseball cap and throw it in the air.
Join your very own superhero of broadcasting, Chris Bass.
So whatever color crayon they get, they palm it and do 2 circles, and that translates to, I can beat up black people.
As she takes you through the week's paces in Baseline. Live every Saturday at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central, Pacific Time Zone people, just stay asleep when this is on live and just catch the recording. Oh, I'm sorry. Exclusively on the Chris Bass YouTube channel.
Mister, how do you operate this Twitter thing or this Instagram thing or whatever the heck? You're supposed to know all this stuff. Anyway, welcome back to the show.
Welcome back on this Taco Tuesday edition of Snowman in the Morning. I'm the Snowman. To my right, when you see on the screen here, I'm going the wrong way, that way, is the big dog Shane Lake. Victor Locke joins us from Chicago. And fellas,
yes, sir.
I got a double take.
Oh, boy.
Because I received some messages.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. It's going to be a combination of things.
Okay.
Let's get started. Okay.
Here we go.
I got a whole bunch of people that texted me a quote-unquote reminder that Brock Purdy is nothing but a game manager. Even to the point where I got insulted enough.
Oh, dear.
That someone said Brock Purdy is a game manager in a quarterback's uniform.
Oh, boy.
Oh, dear.
Well, y'all don't want to say that, especially to me. After what happened Sunday in Tampa, even with all the gaffes from the special teams, even with the fact that we couldn't stop the run to save our lives, and we're working on that, there was a fellow named Brock Purdy who threw for, 353 yards and got us in position to walk off, which we did.
Yep.
There's even words like, he will never carry us to a Super Bowl. What do you think he did last year, you idiots?
True.
We are getting healthy at the right time.
Yeah.
And the scariest team y'all want to see right now is San Francisco. It ain't Arizona. It's not
the Rams.
Philadelphia. It's not the Rams.
It certainly is not the Seattle Seahawks.
It's not the Sea Squawks, who we're going to smash on Sunday. The most dangerous team y'all need to worry about is a healthy San Francisco 49ers team. When I say healthy, I mean just that. Because guess who was back in the lineup last Sunday? The missing piece to our offensive puzzle named Christian McCaffrey.
Right.
Now they started him, they felt him out, let him get some runs, get some rest. Jordan Mason did a great job. Isaac Arendo did a great job. We got our backups, but we got our main piece in Christian McCaffrey. But the leader of that offense, with no question, is Brock Purdy. He was thrust into a situation where he needed to get acclimated to the system quickly after Jimmy Garoppolo got hurt.
Yeah.
He's done that and then some. Matter of fact, Brock Purdy became the quarterback that has thrown for the most yards in a season in 49er history. Erasing the name, I think you all know this name, Steve Young.
Yeah.
And as much as I love Joe Montana being considered the greatest quarterback of all time, and I will back that statement up, there's one thing Montana didn't do that Young has done twice, Jeff Garcia has done, and now Brock Purdy has done. Hello, Pumpkin. You know what that one thing is? A 4,000-yard season. Montana's never had a 4,000-yard season. Never needed one. I'm waiting for the day, and I think it'll be this year, when the 49ers get all their act together and we wind up in New Orleans. But I have a double take before I get done here. I got a double take. You stupid people. I know, Pumpkin. Hi there. You stupid people need to shut the absolute up when it comes to the Golden State Warriors. Why am I saying this? They went into Boston, beat them up. They went into Oklahoma City, beat them up. You know, Victor said when we talked last week about how tough of a road trip this is going to be for the Warriors, and it's going to make them or break them. 4-1 on the road trip. Only loss was to the undefeated Cleveland Cavaliers, and we'll see them again in January.
Right.
I've had someone ask me even this morning, do you buy the Cleveland Cavaliers? My answer is no. I will never buy the Cleveland Cavaliers. Ever. Because the one year I sort of kind of bought into them was 1989, and guess what? Michael Jordan showed up. Did I pick the Cavaliers in 1989? Hell no. I would never bet against Michael Jordan. And on May 7th, 1989, he proved why.
It always happens to
Craig Elo. Thank you to the late, great Jim Durham. So all I'm saying is beware of not only the San Francisco 49ers as they're getting healthy, but beware of the thunderous roar from the Chase Center and the Golden State Warriors, a team I'll broadcast tonight when they face Klay Thompson and the Dallas Mavericks. I'm telling y'all right now, it may be just the 12th of November. And I told Shane this after that classic we gave him in Boston.
Yep.
I said, Shane, I'm not worried about the second game between us. I'm looking forward to the war that'll happen in June.
Oh, we know it's coming. It's going to be a 7-game war.
It's going to be a 7-game war. And yes, those are my picks to come out of the East and the West. The Boston Celtics and the Golden State Warriors.
Like, may the best man win.
You know why people are afraid of the Warriors coming back? Because of how they're winning.
Yeah.
Dog, you and I talked about this. We're not just beating people. We're beating the piss out of them.
And the fact is, you guys are rolling with a 12-man lineup.
Yep. Something Steve Kerr promised at the top of the season. And boy, has it ever worked. So go ahead and keep hating. We love you that you're hating. But we dare you to do so come June. I'll leave it there. That's Snowman's take. What is yours? Coming up after the break, the return of the Playmaker as we break down Monday Night Football and the Dolphins beat the Rams.
Oh, boy.
In Los Angeles.
And I picked the Rams.
Oh, dear.
What were you thinking?
The man in charge of Ramley Talk.
Oh, wait, no, I didn't.
And Bearing Down on the Gridiron and many more shows. The hardest working man in content creation.
Yes, indeed.
Playmaker Darnell Sallins is next. Introduce.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
Are you ready to upgrade your coffee game? Prepare for an invasion of flavor with Invader Coffee. It's the caffeinated elixir that fuels champions, the blend that pushes boundaries. Whether you're battling deadlines or exploring uncharted territories, Invader Coffee has your back. Join the invasion at invadercoffee.com and taste the difference for yourself. Use the code Snowman for 15% off your first order. Invader Coffee, veteran owned.
One of the great things about ordering meals from Mother of Macros is that you can do it from the comfort of your own home. Click the national or local delivery link to access the menu, and we'll ship the meals right to your door. We understand you won't always have time to plan, shop, prepare, and cook to provide healthy nutrition for your family, so the process is simple and saves you hours. We know you're busy, so our meals are professionally prepared and packaged. You only need to heat them up and enjoy. We provide macro-balanced, delicious meals chock full of fresh, local ingredients with none of the stuff you don't want to eat. Plus, our menu changes every week, keeping your taste buds wanting more. We take care of your meals so you can worry about everything else on your list. Mother of Macros.
SeatGeek is the ticketing app for fans like the High Five Strangers guy. Game-winning interception. First down. Just a nice, solid tackle. If you're in arm's length, you will be swapping skin with this extrovert. You see, he knows SeatGeek got him a great deal on tickets, so he can focus on what he does best, smacking palms. SeatGeek handles the tickets to sports, concerts, and more, so fans can fan.
Quinn.
Moment of clarity. I haven't watched BET in years.
KP.
Drake needs to come back with another triple platinum album.
E Digger.
And then you have Ray J. Like, I can't stand that River Cricket.
The Guru.
Okay, the level of crack she's smoking, I don't want it.
BS3 Network proudly presents the Knucklehead Chronicles podcast, where from card tips to hot topics to meat beef of the week, anything goes. Live every Sunday at 2:30 p.m. Central.
During bad weather, driving can become downright dangerous.
What's your emergency, please?
Trust Battle Vision Storm, the revolutionary glare reduction glasses that turn your sight bright during bad weather at night or during the day. Watch your ordinary vision become extraordinary. Battle Vision Storm uses light optimizing lenses that block blue rays, so you see clearly in heavy rain at night or blinding snow during the day. Heavy rain, snow, sleet, or fog can make it impossible to drive. Not with Battle Vision Storm. Get your Battle Vision Storm for only $19.99. But wait, due to rising costs and supply chain shortages, this may be your last chance to get your very own at this low price. There is a strict limit of 4 Battle Vision Storm per order while supplies last. Don't wait, order now.
Call 1-800-483-6319 or visit battlevisionstorm.com. So call 1-800-483-6319 now.
Mister, how do you operate this Twitter thing or this Instagram thing or whatever the heck? You're supposed to know all this stuff. Anyway, welcome back to the show.
I'm doing all kinds of stuff. We're waiting on the Playmaker to help us break down Monday Night Football. The Dolphins beat the Rams. Let me say that again. The Dolphins beat the Rams in a game I think I took a mulligan on.
No, I had to check to see what the picks were again. I might have actually picked the Dolphins. I remember there was one that said 50.
We all picked Miami.
Okay.
Oh, okay, cool.
No, Snowman, your mulligan games were the Giants in Carolina, and actually you also didn't pick the Jets in Arizona.
Oh, well. That sounds about right.
And Vic, the only game you didn't pick was the
Eagles and Cowboys.
Was the ass whooping that Dallas took.
Yeah. And
Droid had 3 mulligans because
he had more mulligans than I did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because The only one he didn't pick past you was Tennessee and the Chargers.
Yeah, I'll admit the one good thing about what happened last week was that I was so apathetic. I didn't, and the fact I just didn't care.
Yeah.
It kind of felt like the beating was still painful, but it wasn't as bad. I didn't take it as personally, because it's like
you already chucked the season away.
Yeah, and it's
because we had talked about it during the preseason about how the demise of the Cowboys is going to happen, and we also talked during the draft, Victor, you and I, that they didn't do the one thing or draft the one position they had the most need for, which of course is a running back.
And also takes it like the thing is, for me as a Cowboys fan, it is so hard to kind of separate myself from the Monarch Republic. So when people see me, they still see that same group.
They still see that same group, and that's not fair.
It isn't.
That's just not fair.
But I come to that conclusion.
With all of us being fans of the teams that we are fans of, they put us in the moronic groups anyway. Lord knows they do that
with you and the 49ers.
With me and the 49ers. And that's why I sort of kind of unleashed some of the truckload of hate I did. I got more of it, but I'm saving it.
Right.
But
Shane, I know you get a lot of it too.
Yeah, the old New England knucklehead committee tends to rear its head from time to time.
Right.
And the bad thing is, and I'll say it again, the bad thing is they will not separate you or us, the authentic fans, from the bandwagoners.
Right.
And you know why they won't separate us from the bandwagoners? Because they all just see one prism.
Yep.
And they find out I'm a fan of the Golden State Warriors and the Chicago Bulls and the San Antonio Spurs. When those teams play and they lose, I get the most heat.
Oh yeah. Especially
I get the most heat, but I don't care.
I talked to some people. I actually commented on a Chisel Donist thing, and I say, it seems like sometimes the Cowboy hate has gotten personal. I get it. I get our fan base is not the most likable.
Right.
We're not the easy to get along with, but it's like, man, like it seems like we just get grouped into the crazies and that's just it. And they're like, that's more so. And one guy said that's actually more so based on your owner. The thing is, we don't hate you guys personally.
No.
But we can't stand Jarrell.
Right.
And because so many of the Monarch Republic fans are out, and every time they win, they're like, we're going to Super Bowl, we're going to Super Bowl. It's hard for people to siphon who's who. So they just said, we're just going to blanket hate on everybody of that particular group.
Right. And it takes away.
They don't have two shovels. They just end up buying one big ass one and just saying, screw it.
Right.
And they don't have the ability to take away from, or to decipher, it's the word I'm looking for, from the moronic Republic of Cowboy Nation to the real fans that are actually critical about their team. Because I get accused all the time, as you guys know, about not being critical of my 49ers. I'm like, are you kidding?
Have you not seen what I do?
Have you not watched my show? Do you not know who I am critical of the most?
Which has been Shanahan.
I've been critical of Shanahan since the first day he arrived, and I identified. Look, a couple years ago when we were living in North Carolina, my beautiful wife, asked me a question. She said, what is the one thing that could be the fatal flaw of the 49ers? I said, that's easy. Red zone opportunities.
Yeah.
Yep.
And not taking advantage of them.
She says, how can you point that out so fast? Like, honey, let me put it this way. My wife is astute with football also. I said, you're Peyton Manning. You're leading your team down to the goal line. Don't you want a touchdown more than a field goal? She says, yes. I said, that's been our fatal flaw. That has been that has been our fatal flaw, and it's been that way since Shanahan arrived, and I freaking hate it.
Yeah.
I freaking hate it, and it's something I point out every time.
Because you want the excellence. This is why I said I go week by week. When the Cowboys beat the crap out of the Browns, I'm like, yeah, that's good, but you gotta remember, it's the Browns.
Yes.
They have a terrible quarterback in Deshaun Watson. And Dak, all he had to do was just be normal. That's all he didn't have to be great.
Yeah. He didn't have to
be normal.
He didn't have to do anything miraculous.
Yeah, that was a game managing type of game for Dak because the defense was doing well, your offensive weapons were doing well, even Zeke was doing well. But the thing was is that you knew, and I've said it before, Zeke is not the same guy he was 3, 4, 5 years ago, where he could just bowl people over. He has gotten significantly softer year by year by year.
Yep.
And the thing is, Dak has also gotten softer year by year by year.
That's been true since his second year out of Mississippi State.
Yeah,
it's been.
But the thing was, what made Dak and Zeke so great in their early seasons was that you had a much better offensive line. Zeke was bowling people over and getting almost 6-7 yards per carry rather than the 2-3 he has now. And Dak was also a mobile quarterback where he can also run if he needs to.
Yeah. And you said the key word was after his injury in 2020, it seemed like Dak just got softer. Am I wrong in that assessment?
It's something that we see in pretty much every athlete. They don't have the same confidence when they get hurt. And I'll give you a perfect example, Snowman, that you and I are very close with. Derrick Rose. In 2012, when he hurt his knee the first time, you could tell that when he came back, he wasn't the same.
And he relied more on jump shots, which was not his game.
Right.
His game was getting to the rim.
His game was getting to the rim. His game was cutting in.
Yep. His game was inside out.
And originally, I was okay with this because you do need to, because him being a lot smaller, a lot shorter, he did need to stay away from running through the forest and getting hit by trees.
Yep.
Come on the outside. The problem is that even when the lane was open, he wasn't going for it. And you could tell he did not trust his knee anymore.
Yep.
And then they started getting worse with each and every single injury he had.
Yeah.
Which also got his nerves too. It took away his nerves.
Yes, it did.
It took away his nerves. All right. We got something to do.
We do.
And we do. And we got someone to welcome back. Welcome back to Snowman in the Morning. After a long absence, we have this gentleman.
Now, forgive me not knowing the brother. You got your mic black. I don't know who the hell you are. It's like you're in the broadcasting witness protection program.
Darnell Sallins, the one and only Playmaker, has returned to Snowman in the Morning. And when I got the message from him, I can hop on to talk about Monday Night Football. Hell yeah, we miss you. We miss you, Playmaker. We love you very much. Hope you're feeling better, and happy belated birthday to you and all the good stuff that you deserve with the work that you're doing. We're proud of you, brother.
Yeah, thank you. Happy to be back for today.
The Jason Bourne of the content creation world.
Yes.
I was about to say, what's up, Agent Zero?
Agent Playmaker, baby. It's good to have you. We missed you. I know you've been working a lot lately. You've always kept me abreast of your schedule, and I appreciate that. But we just missed you, man. Filling this slot in the first hour during the show. We just miss you.
Well, Snowman, you see what all I got going on.
And
you see, I don't stop.
Don't.
Don't stop.
Don't.
Never stop.
You see everything that we got going on and all that I got going on with my play-by-play schedule, which is about to get even goofier than normal. All right, let's get to it. What happened at SoFi Stadium, man?
Offense. That's what happened. Offense. This is, and I'll be saying this numerous times today because I'll be hopping on with Dustin Henry and Ryan McCarthy later on tonight, and pretty most likely gonna be talking about this as well. I'm gonna say it on Ramley Talk Thursday. The only thing, because I know a lot of people want to put on Sean McVay, the only thing we can probably put on Sean McVay is the fact that he switched the offensive line up for the game. Because we got Jonah Jackson back, we got Steve Avila back. So you wanted to insert them guys in because that was supposed to be our starter to begin the season, but they got hurt during training camp.
Right.
You insert them guys in. Offensive line did not look good. On top of that, outside of that, I don't put nothing on Sean McVay. I put this on the players. Y'all on the offensive side, led by Matthew Stafford, y'all did not make the plays that were there to be made last night. The defense gave you opportunities with good field position.
Yeah.
And you came away with only 3 points.
3 points. Yep.
Yeah.
Field goals instead of, and you talk about Playmaker, you talk about this a lot, and I'm so glad you do. Field goals instead of touchdowns will hurt you. You have always said that as long as we've been boys and as long as we've been on programs with each other together. Field goals will hurt you in the end. In fact, I think you said it in a succinct way that I heard a radio host out of Detroit say it. Field goals will get you beat. And that's what happened last night to the Rams.
So, and here's the thing. The offense shot themselves in the foot so much. As we come out of the second half, we get in the field goal range. We finna kick a 52-yard. Josh Carty makes the field goal.
Right.
Guess what? False start. You back him up 5, and he misses the 57-yard.
From 57.
So we go from 10-9 to 17-6 because the Dolphins turned that possession into a touchdown.
Right.
That's a 10-point swing.
Yeah, it is. It is.
And then we trade field goals back and forth.
Not the way that a game like that, one that the Rams needed.
And I'll tell you right now, because I know if Victor was to give you the Miami Dolphins stats, Victor would lose his mind looking at them stats for the Miami Dolphins.
Well, I'm looking at him right now. This is ridiculous. 236 total yards, $171 passing, 67 rushing for Miami. 6 of 13 on third down, 3 sacks allowed, 1 fumble lost, 1 interception.
My God.
Yikes.
And they won the
game. That makes me cringe to have a team put up those kind of stats and still win.
And we're talking about the Miami Dolphins, who have nothing but speed on offense.
Yep. Absolutely right.
Chris Shula, he's done a phenomenal job with this young defense. This young defense is so optimistic. It is remarkable how young they are and how they can turn people over.
Yes. We got to see them in week 15 down in Florida in a game that just might get flexed if the Niners raise their playoff position. We'll get to them in a moment. We're sticking with the Rams, talking everything Monday Night Football. The Rams lost to the Miami Dolphins. What was, besides the offense, what were a play or a couple plays that told you the Rams weren't going to be able to pull this one out?
Matter of fact, the 4th field goal Josh Cartney made. You know why I bring that up? Because on third down, Matthew Stafford missed Kyron Williams wide open in the end zone.
Right.
And
it's something that Matthew Stafford doesn't normally do. Usually he has pretty good vision. He can find the open man.
Yeah.
Do you think consideration of just him like maybe getting some nerve because he's taking quite a couple of hits?
Even when he was taking hits. Look at Seattle. He was taking hits in Seattle. He still made the plays that needed to be made.
Right.
He missed Kyron Mills wide, and Kyron Mills uncovered perfectly.
Mm.
And you can see when Stafford went and saw that tackle, he was disgusted with himself.
Yeah, because he missed it. He that was a chance, and that could have easily swung the game in the Rams' favor.
Yeah,
that could have easily swung the game in the Rams' favor. So there's something that needs to be fixed with the offense going into this week. What do the Rams have to do? Where do they start their repair?
Here's what they need to do. And hopefully they'll take this loss. This is a similar situation 3 years ago. Right around the same time.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, it was just before my birthday 3 years ago. Sunday night football. Snowman, you know this very well. Because you messaged me sometime that week after the game. That's when we played Sunday night football against Tennessee Titans.
Yes.
And that's when Tennessee beat the brakes off us.
Dog walked you guys from start to finish in that game. And I did indeed message Playmaker after that game. Like, what the hell was that?
Just disgusted. And this is literally, Victor and Shane, this was literally like 2 hours before the clock hit midnight for my birthday to begin.
Oh wow. Man. Sorry about that.
And
I was in Fort Lauderdale, Florida with the family trying to celebrate. I was so disgusted. I didn't even care no more.
That's pretty bad.
That's where I'm at now.
I dig it.
Man, that's where I'm at up here in New England.
And the curious thing is, that was 3 years ago. How did the Rams finish the season?
Right.
They won the whole thing.
They won the whole damn thing.
Holding up the trophy.
Yep, they did.
So Sean McVay need to tell these guys, we've been here before. Matter of fact, last year we were 3-6.
Absolutely.
And everybody was trying to write off the Rams, except for me. I said, this is a lot of season left.
Yes,
if y'all pick it up, we can get in. The only loss we had was the Baltimore, and that was an overtime over a punt return.
Yeah.
So we know that there's plenty of time for the Rams to turn around.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The question I think is going to be: does there need to be a change in coaching philosophy, or does there need to be just the players holding themselves a bit more accountable than what they have been?
Players need to hold themselves accountable because last night it's on the players. It's not on Sean McVay, it's on the players. You had the plays there, you didn't execute them.
Right.
They want to know, what was that call? What is you calling that for? No, the plays were there. The players did not execute.
Right. It wasn't a penny-wise decision. It was a player's issue. It wasn't a penny-wise issue. It was a player's issue.
Right.
So now you get yourself off the mat. You take your butt to Gillette Stadium. And you take the New England Patriots as seriously.
You have to. You have to.
Yes.
I really get aggravated when I see really talented football teams play down to another team rather than playing at their level. They know their game. They know how good they are, but they want to play down to another team's level, and that's how they get caught up.
I saw that Sunday.
This is the last little room for error we have. It's this Sunday.
Yeah.
Because we got the Eagles on Sunday night. You got to go to New Orleans. And what a big win they had against the Falcons.
Yes.
Okay. You got Buffalo coming to LA. Remember last time Buffalo came to LA?
Ring night.
We know how that went. That was a microcosm of our season right there. Thursday, the following Thursday, you go to Santa Clara.
Yep.
And the funny thing is, you are up 1-0 on the 49ers for once.
Yeah. Same thing. But still holding true, the Niners are getting healthy.
We are getting healthy. So guess what? When Thursday night comes, there's no excuses.
Right.
None whatsoever.
Both teams should be healthy. For whatever reason, you get to go to MetLife Stadium for the Jets.
Right.
That's a game to heal.
Yeah, pretty much.
And then if you do what you're supposed to do in those 5 games, you got the Cardinals and the Seahawks to finish the season. Both games are in SoFi.
In SoFi. It's kind of like on a Saturday night when the Rams came to Santa Clara and the Niners had a chance to essentially clinch a tie for the division. I didn't see the game because I was on assignment in Durham, North Carolina. And Playmaker messaged me and said, there's a big game tonight. What? And then I had to think about it. And then I was watching it on my phone instead of watching the basketball action in front of me, doing play-by-play for it. And I nearly messed up when we came back from a break, and I nearly started broadcasting the 49ers-Rams game. So I watched what I could from there, came home to find a disgusted Playmaker. And I'm going, what the hell happened? What did I miss? I saw it. I saw the highlights on the way home from Durham. And I said, I messaged Playmaker and I said, I understand.
Rams at Santa Clara at night usually doesn't bode well.
Right.
For one reason or another.
There was
even when the 49ers weren't good, when we go to Santa Clara on a night game, we find ourselves in a dogfight.
True.
It's true, man. That 2020 season, the COVID season, the Rams were far more superior than us, even though we were beat to hell. But the Rams came in, on a hot streak. And I just remember, why do I get this goofy feeling about the Rams and the 49ers? Sure enough, 24 points holds up. And here's the crazy thing. The last play of the game, the last real play of the game, 4th and 2, were the Niners going to punt and give the Rams the ball back, or were they going to gamble for it? So San Francisco takes a timeout. I come back from said timeout. My wife had a huge smile on her face, and she said, "You don't need to see anymore." She turned off the television and walked me into the bedroom. I said, "What?" I said, "What the hell happened?" She says, "First down, 49ers, game over. Rams have no timeouts."
Ooh.
I looked at before I went on air, I looked at the highlights the next day, and sure enough, they needed 2 on 4th and 2. They got 7 and closed the game out. I couldn't believe it. So I will be excited to see a healthy Rams team in Santa Clara. This back end of the season for both teams, both the Rams and the 49ers, is going to be very crucial. And yes, the Rams are up 1-0 on San Francisco, but they still trail Frisco in the standings, and both teams are getting healthy. All right?
That's what happens when you lose the games that you're not supposed to lose.
Exactly. And last night was one of them.
Last night, Chicago.
Yep.
Green Bay.
I don't know how y'all lost to the Bears.
Oh Lord, I can tell you how we lost to the Bears.
How'd you lose to the Bears?
Red zone.
Yep.
Yep. Something I talk about a lot on that 49ers show. That's the Playmaker, Darnell Sallins. Tell everybody where they can see you and hear you this week.
Tomorrow, bearing down the gridiron, 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, talking college football. And trust me, the way that this season is going,
yes,
I'm enjoying covering this season with everything that's happening, especially in the Southeastern Conference.
Same here. Hey, I have a promo to send to you for my feature game. I'll make sure I get that to you today.
Yeah, and then Thursday, Ramley Talk.
Yep.
Going over what took place here, and then got to preview the New England game.
And don't forget all things basketball being talked about on Shooting Lights Out.
Shooting Lights Out is an award. Folks, if you haven't had a chance to check out Shooting Lights Out podcast, it's an award winner. All right? I thought I knew a lot about basketball, but in the 21st century, it's all Playmaker, and I am willing to succeed to him. And when I start my basketball show after Thanksgiving, Playmaker, I'd love to have you on quite a few times to analyze some games that I'm covering. If you're interested, brother.
I'll be getting back to my basketball talk probably sometime after Thanksgiving as well.
Okay. Beautiful.
I went from October all the way up to September, from the NBA, college, all the way up to the WNBA. Shout out to the New York Liberty. Thank you for bringing home a championship.
Thank you, New York Liberty. Who was the MVP? Jonquel Jones?
Jonquel Jones.
Jonquel Jones. All right. That's the Playmaker, folks. We're going to try to get him back as soon as possible, but the man is busy creating all kinds of content for y'all, and we hope that you check him out. Thank you, Playmaker. We love you, brother.
Yeah, have a good one.
You too.
Now, forgive me not knowing the brother. You got your mic blocked. I don't know who the hell you are. It's like you're in the broadcasting witness protection program.
A preview for Thursday when we do this.
Passionate.
Come after me. I'm a man. I'm 40.
Unflinching.
Let's go back to losing. Parking was easier.
Unrelenting.
They're not going to keep him off the field tonight.
Totally.
This one has a chance.
Deeds.
That's not just a murmur, that's a full-blown fibrillation.
That's Thursday. All things college football with Chris Dietz. We're at halftime here. We'll take a halftime break. We got the commissioner coming next.
Uh-oh.
Oh, boy. And we also got apparently some hockey games that Droid wanted us to pick as well.
Yep, let's do that.
We'll work it all out. The second half of Snowman in the Morning comes your way after this.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
Are you ready to upgrade your coffee game? Prepare for an invasion of flavor with Invader Coffee. It's the caffeinated elixir that fuels champions, the blend that pushes boundaries. Whether you're battling deadlines or exploring uncharted territories, Invader Coffee has your back. Join the invasion at invadercoffee.com and taste the difference for yourself. Use the code Snowman for 15% off your first order. Invader Coffee, veteran owned.
One of the great things about ordering meals from Mother of Macros is that you can do it from the comfort of your own home. Click the national or local delivery link to access the menu, and we'll ship the meals right to your door. We understand you won't always have time to plan, shop, prepare, and cook to provide healthy nutrition for your family, so the process is simple and saves you hours. We know you're busy, so our meals are professionally prepared and packaged. You only need to heat them up and enjoy. We provide macro-balanced, delicious meals chock full of fresh, local ingredients with none of the stuff you don't want to eat. Plus, our menu changes every week, keeping your taste buds wanting more. We take care of your meals so you can worry about everything else on your list. Mother of Macros.
SeatGeek is the ticketing app for fans like the High Five Strangers guy. Game-winning interception. First down. Just a nice, solid tackle. If you're in arm's length, you will be swapping skin with this extrovert. You see, he knows SeatGeek got him a great deal on tickets, so he can focus on what he does best, smacking palms. SeatGeek handles the tickets to sports, concerts, and more, so fans can fan.
Quinn.
Moment of clarity. I haven't watched BT in years.
KP.
Drake needs to come back with another triple platinum album.
E. Digger.
And then you have Ray J. Like, I can't stand that River Cricket.
The Guru.
Okay, the level of crack she's smoking, I don't want it.
BS3 Network proudly presents the Knucklehead Chronicles podcast, where from card tips to hot topics to meat beef of the week, anything goes. Live every Sunday at 2:30 p.m. Central.
During bad weather, driving can become downright dangerous.
What's your emergency, please?
Trust Battle Vision Storm, the revolutionary glare reduction glasses that turn your sight bright during bad weather at night or during the day. Watch your ordinary vision become extraordinary. Battle Vision Storm uses light optimizing lenses that block blue rays so you see clearly in heavy rain at night or blinding snow during the day. Heavy rain, snow, sleet, or fog can make it impossible to drive. Not with Battle Vision Storm. Get your Battle Vision Storm for only $19.99. But wait, due to rising costs and supply chain shortages, this may be your last chance to get your very own at this low price. There is a strict limit of 4 Battle Vision Storm per order while supplies last. Don't wait, order now.
Call 1-800-483-6319 or visit battlevisionstorm.com. So call 1-800-483-6319 now.
Mister, how do you operate this Twitter thing or this Instagram thing or whatever the heck? You're supposed to know all this stuff. Anyway, welcome back to the show.
All right. Tonight, 10 p.m. Eastern, it's the Dallas Mavericks and Klay Thompson returning to the Chase Center to face off against Stephen Curry and the Golden State Warriors. That's a 10 o'clock start tonight. We'll be up at 9:45 with our pregame show. And now I turn the floor over to Shane because, at least for a few minutes, where is it? See, why'd you move all my stuff?
I didn't move nothing. I just found all this stuff myself. The hell you talking about?
You moved it.
I didn't do nothing.
Liar.
I didn't do nothing.
You got to say it right. It's nothing. You got to say it like my grandkids.
No church.
Like my grandchildren.
What?
My grandkids.
What?
All 13 of them.
What?
Like I said, I just found them.
Shut up.
All right, gentlemen. No lying or fighting in church.
I'm not fighting. He started it.
Shut up, bitch!
Oh, good Lord.
You shut up, bitch.
In a world.
No.
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 God, no.
No. No. No.
In a world where.
No. No.
Stop it. Get some help.
In
a world where partial greatness is celebrated.
I said no, doggone it. False start.
English, do you speak it?
Oh, Lord. All right.
Okay, so what am I needed for now?
You know what, Shane?
I don't remember asking you a thing.
Oh, my God.
And Cole gave that one to me on my birthday 2 years ago. He gave that to me on my 50th birthday. Okay, the propane takes a warm. Father O'Shaughnessy is standing by, and he wants to do this.
My children, you have found me in the garage of the dog today. I have been busy working on quite a few colors for him because apparently he needed some help figuring out the throttle linkage on a couple of them. So he has decided to have me take over and handle the garage today because who else better to talk about the Mickey Mouse Championship in NASCAR that was won by Joey Logano this season. And look, mind you, I come from the old days of the sport where it took an entire season to be crowned a champion, not this 10-race playoff bull that unfortunately we have to deal with nowadays. Now, yes, I called this championship Mickey Mouse because Joey Logano got in on an Alex Bowman disqualification in the playoff round over at the Charlotte Roval. Now, what was the disqualification for? Somehow the car had a couple of broken pieces that put the car under the weight. And what happens then? Joey Logano ends up winning a race on fuel mileage in Las Vegas and then goes on to win the championship in a heated duel with Ryan Blaney, causing kids and parents to cry everywhere because, quite frankly, this is more Mickey Mouse than what Adam Stern gave LeBron James way back when. Don't worry, I'm not going to talk about how ugly that sandwich is.
No, please don't. Hey, I heard you in there. You're giving away what I want to talk about when you're done. Now hurry up.
Oh, you're going to tell me? I'm sorry, Commissioner, but the dog wanted me to handle a few things in here today.
I said hurry up, man.
Oh, for God's sake, child. Patience is a virtue, my child.
No disrespect in the church.
Oh, we even have the detective in here, too.
Hey, this stupid son is already disrespecting me for hogging the time I didn't want him to hog. Now hurry the up and get done.
My child, please have some patience. I am trying to discuss how stupid this playoff system is. 10 races to decide a champion. I'm sorry, but this is just stupid and it's all right. But unfortunately, it is a system we have to deal with because NASCAR gives more about ratings than they do actual champions. Like I said, we go back to 2016 with LeBron. God help us all with that one.
Yes, God help us all.
Oh, no.
So, with this system, Joey Logano turned into a 3-time champion. Congratulations, unfortunately, to him because, quite frankly, nobody even gives credit to that. And before I go, because apparently the commissioner needs to have some time and he's booting me out of my own garage. Yes, I've helped take this over. We also have to send our thoughts and prayers to the family of Bobby Allison, who passed away on Sunday. The 3-time Daytona 500 champion and 1983 Winston Cup champion passed away peacefully at the age of 86. He was a 2021 NASCAR Hall of Famer. And we send our thoughts to you, Bobby. Now, my children, please go and praise the New England sports teams, except for the Patriots, because we all know how god-awful that is. And Robert Kraft, if you are listening, please get the hell out of Foxborough.
We may have a warrant for his arrest.
Please do, because yes, Robert, it is you. It will forever be you. For the Lord's time on this planet, it will be you. The church rose as one as they exited and said, Amen. Now,
all right, enough of that frivolity.
Oh, I see how it is, Commissioner. I see how it is.
Thank you. Now shut up.
The commissioner has spoken again.
I got interrupted yesterday by a beautiful lady who dragged me out of this studio and kissed me until I went blind. And to tell y'all I don't mind one damn bit when she does that will be an understatement. That's Dr. K. I'm going to finish what I started yesterday when talking about Oklahoma City and the bullshit they've done to the NBA since they got there in 2008. And yet they got the nerve to share a damn history with the Seattle Supersonics, which ain't right. And I heard the father mention 2016. Oh, Lord. Why are you going to mention 2016 knowing how much it pisses me off when that happened?
Well, that's the only Mickey Mouse championship I could think of when it came to NBA to compare it to.
We could say 2020, but that's a different discussion for another time.
That's a different championship.
2016. I hate 2016. 2016 for sports was a fucking joke because you got Adam Silver clearing the way for LeBron to, quote, miraculously come back from a 3-1 deficit against the best team in the NBA and the Golden State Warriors, and everybody praising LeBron when the deed was done behind the scenes before Game 5 when Draymond Green got suspended wrongfully. Yeah, I said it, wrongfully. Snowman filled me in on all the details. I went and took a look at it, and he was wrongfully suspended. If you were to look at the letter of the law, which I often do, and Snowman does also, and so do the guys here, the suspension should have come in the Western Conference Finals against the damn Thunder, which shouldn't exist in the first place. And now you got Draymond Green out for Game 5. The Warriors lose 112-97, and the comeback begins. Because Game 6, they pissed off Stephen Curry so much that he threw his mouthpiece and got ejected. LeBron James is sticking out his chest, which is full of shit right now, and thought that he was just simply the man after he fake cried on the floor at Oracle Arena. And I say fake cry because the next year he got a foot put in his ass. And the year after that, his ass got swept. So you, LeBron. I've always said that, and I will say it. I'll keep saying it. You, LeBron. You ruined the damn NBA with your presence and your fake basketball. You. And everybody else that plays like him, including James Harden, who's a real bitch. You too.
My child, what is with the hostility?
Shut up.
There's a lot of profanity here.
Joel Embiid is a real bitch. You too. Y'all need to get the out of the NBA and return it back to where it belongs. The players and the fans. You know why people have hated the Golden State Warriors for as long as they did? Because they played team basketball. You know why they hated the San Antonio Spurs and they still hate them to this day? Because they played team basketball. You know why they hated the Bulls in the 90s and wanted to clown Michael Jordan, who to me is the greatest player that ever lived, and wanted to clown Michael Jordan? Because they played team basketball. LeBron is an individual that can't play basketball worth shit. And he never will be a complete basketball player because he never desires to work on his game like the stupid he is.
At least we ain't in church.
Shut up. You.
Oh, thank God.
You, and you, LeBron. You understand that? I could give two shits about... Oh, the hell with it. I could give two shits about what you do on the basketball floor. I could give two shits about what you do off the basketball floor, which ain't much because you got a school bearing your name and the kids don't know how to pass classes in there. How do you like them apples?
Apparently LeBron has taught them well because he can't pass either.
Well, we already knew that. He had assistants getting through St. Vincent, St. Mary. I'll talk about that conspiracy later. There's a couple more conspiracies with LeBron. Everybody wants to paint him as this all-American guy. Well, all that, because I got some in my treasure chest that says otherwise. But back to Oklahoma City, and they don't need to belong in the NBA with their bullshit tactics because Adam Stern didn't want to keep the team in Seattle and reach into his pockets or the league pockets to help them build an arena that would house the Seattle Supersonics and not Key Arena or Climate Pledge Arena or whatever the it is right now to house the Seattle Supersonics, which was the old Seattle Sonic Coliseum, which is where Climate Pledge Arena is. And I'm getting confused on what they call them right now. NBA needs to stop being little bitches and give a team back to Seattle that belongs there. They need to tell Oklahoma City to f off. Oklahoma City does not belong in the NBA. As I said yesterday, ain't a damn thing in Oklahoma City. Tell me something. What the f are you going to do after the game? I'll tell you what you do after the game. You're going to go to bed. You're going to go to bed. As sure as what I do.
I typically don't watch. I got sermons to work on.
Why? because you ain't got shit to do in Oklahoma City. So why would you put a professional basketball team there and have nothing surrounding it? That's like when I went to see Arco Arena back in the 90s. It's Arco Arena and nothing but a farm around it. But now they got the Golden One Center and places around that, and it looks good. Plan to sneak up with the Snowman on his stadium tour and do that. And by the way, if y'all want to support the show and his stadium tour, you can look right there. Now, back to Oklahoma City. Why is the Oklahoma City Thunder in existence? Ain't a damn thing in Oklahoma City to do. And I hate them that are in charge of it. All right? I hate them. I hate OKC because it gave us Russell Westbrook for a time, and everyone thought Russell Westbrook was the best player in the NBA, which is a crock of bullshit. Kevin Durant was that team, and nobody wanted to acknowledge it. And after they got spanked on a 3-1 comeback by Golden State in 2016, they've been nothing but the toilet. And they will forever be the toilet. OKC. That's why the Warriors went in there and spanked their asses like the children they are. And as long as we're talking NBA, let me get this out of the way. I don't buy the Cleveland Cavaliers either. I don't care what their legacy supposedly is with LeBron. You know what the legacy of the Cleveland Cavaliers is? Craig Elo. Why? Because as Jim Durham said once upon a time, it always happens to Craig Elo. And LeBron, it always happens to you too. We don't give a single solitary about you and your supposed basketball play. Why? Because yes, LeBron, it is you. It has always been you. It always will be you forever and ever and ever. And the church rose and said,
Amen.
Now you're taking my lines. What are you trying to do?
Shut up. And you know something else while I'm talking about people that cost team seasons? How about this one? Yes, Lamar is you. You understand that? You got lucky against Cincinnati because Cincinnati don't know how to complete in the red zone. As far as the Chicago Bears go, you reached everything for this fool. This is a fool. This is a fool. Now I don't have to say anything about this. Look at the look on that face.
Have you seen him? That name is missing right now, and I have a missing persons case for that person right there.
Oh, you do, huh? And I better get the hell out of here. All right, I've cussed enough. I filled up the cuss jar. Commissioner's out of here because apparently we got a detective coming in to talk about the missing case of Dak Prescott. Oh, by the way, Dak Prescott, you a
That's
not why you a you know what, Ezekiel Elliott, you a too. All y'all Dallas Cowboys some because y'all had a chance to beat the 49ers and you didn't do it. 4 incompletions that were way over the receiver's head. And CD Lamb, you don't deserve to wear number 88. There's only 2 players in Cowboy history I know that deserve to wear the number. And those are Drew Pearson and Michael Irvin. And they're both Hall of Famers. Des Bryant, you a too. You had no business wearing number 88. Man, I'll tell you what, Des Bryant, you a mediocre receiver. Because you couldn't catch when it counted. I said it, and I mean it. All right. I better get out of here before I get shoved out of here. Because there's a case to be reopened. Y'all take care now. You hear?
All I got to say is...
Insanity. Again.
Yep.
Not to mention, coming up, we have some mics to drop with Mike Drop Moran.
Right now, there's a case to unfold, isn't there?
There's a couple of cases.
Let's just do one before we get Allie in here.
All right.
Oh, my gosh. I can't believe I just did all that.
Oh. This show is going to get the absolute crap chopped out of it.
You better believe it is. Oh, jeez. What is wrong with me today?
All right.
I have no idea.
Me neither.
And this one's going to be a basketball one, according to the detective.
Oh, Lord.
He's got.
All right.
He's been busy.
I see.
Quite frankly.
Good morning once again, gentlemen. How have you been?
We're all right.
Snowman, congratulations on getting new shoes.
Thank you.
As Victor has told you, I've been very busy. I only meant to take on one case, and that is who done it in terms of the murder of the Dallas Cowboys.
Uh-oh.
But apparently there have been others.
Really?
Yes. Apparently I now have a thievery case.
Thievery?
Who stole basketball from Seattle? And now I have a case of racketeering, which is what I'm also working on.
Okay.
Don't look at me over here. I'm not involved in it.
I didn't do a thing. I didn't do a thing.
I'm talking about the illegal organization of the NBA Cup. Now, from what I heard, when this file came on my desk this morning, I was in the middle of my second cup of coffee.
Only your second?
Invader coffee, that is. Fuel for the fearless.
Oh, yeah.
And I saw that they were going to have an in-season tournament for the NBA Cup.
No!
And all I could think of is that there's a rat who's eating some Limburger cheese or the pasta sandwich. Now, there are some suspects for this one. One of them is Russell Westbrook. Because he's so irrelevant where he is now, he needs something to get his name out there.
He did what?
There's also Adam Stein.
Are you kidding me?
He calls himself Adam Silver, but we know he's a puppet, and we can see the strings. Our third suspect are the James boys. The father and son villainous duo who are trying to hijack basketball from the true fans. I'm talking about Chicken Wayne LeBron and Bronny James. Who have been graffitiing cars with their likeness on the side.
Yep.
And they have been insulated by a group known as the Clapping Seals. Or no, the Bronzexuals. That's what they're called.
Oh, God.
They're led by the likes of Nick Wrong and Shannon Sharp, who I actually have some respect for as a tight end. But the James boys, for Kyrita Peyton Smith, and I have decided to enlist in a few deputies for this. A team known as the Golden State Warriors.
Oh, yeah.
Who are going to help me crack this case. Because, yes, LeBron, it is you. It has always been you. It is you now, and it will forever be you forever and ever. And Pastor, if you allow me, please, the church rose and said,
Amen.
It is time for the true fans to take back the sport of basketball. So now we got 3 goals. 1, let's go Warriors. 2, let's bring basketball back to Seattle. And let's finally rid the NBA of the dreaded NBA Cup.
Yes. Preach, please.
What?
Now,
Preaching is my job, Sal.
now I gotta get out of here because I know that Mike Drop Moran is on the way.
Oh, she is.
And I gotta take care of this missing places case for one Dakota Prescott who hasn't been seen in 8 years. This has been Vic A. Law signing out. Good afternoon, people.
That was awesome.
Yes.
I love it.
The one thing I'm so happy about is that the detective gave up. It doesn't at least smoke in my house.
Yes. Oh my God.
Wow.
3 segments into one.
Yes.
How about that? Can't go wrong with it.
No.
This whole hour is about to be chopped up, and
I found that Warriors music as soon as Vic said Golden State Warriors. I had their intro music standing by.
Right.
Yep.
Take a break. When we come back, Mike Drop Moran at your service. Back in a minute.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
Are you ready to upgrade your coffee game? Prepare for an invasion of flavor with Invader Coffee. It's the caffeinated elixir that fuels champions, the blend that pushes boundaries. Whether you're battling deadlines or exploring uncharted territories, Invader Coffee has your back. Join the invasion at invadercoffee.com and taste the difference for yourself. Use the code Snowman for 15% off your first order. Invader Coffee, veteran owned.
One of the great things about ordering meals from Mother of Macros is that you can do it from the comfort of your own home. Click the national or local delivery link to access the menu, and we'll ship the meals right to your door. We understand you won't always have time to plan, shop, prepare, and cook to provide healthy nutrition for your family. So the process is simple and saves you hours. We know you're busy, so our meals are professionally prepared and packaged. You only need to heat them up and enjoy. We provide macro-balanced, delicious meals chock full of fresh, local ingredients with none of the stuff you don't want to eat. Plus, our menu changes every week, keeping your taste buds wanting more. We take care of your meals so you can worry about everything else on your list. Mother of Macros.
SeatGeek is the ticketing app for fans like the High Five Strangers guy. Game-winning interception. First down. Just a nice, solid tackle. If you're in arm's length, you will be swapping skin with this extrovert. You see, he knows SeatGeek got him a great deal on tickets, so he can focus on what he does best, smacking palms. SeatGeek handles the tickets to sports, concerts, and more, so fans can fan.
Quinn.
Moment of clarity. I haven't watched BT in years.
KP.
Drake needs to come back with another triple platinum album.
E Digger.
And then you have Ray J. Like, I can't stand that River Cricket.
The Guru.
Okay, the level of crack she's smoking, I don't want it.
BS3 Network proudly presents the Knucklehead Chronicles podcast, where from car tips to hot topics to meet beef of the week, anything goes. Live every Sunday at 2:30 p.m. Central.
During bad weather, driving can become downright dangerous.
What's your emergency, please?
Trust Battle Vision Storm, the revolutionary glare reduction glasses that turn your sight bright during bad weather at night or during the day. Watch your ordinary vision become extraordinary. Battle Vision Storm uses light optimizing lenses that block blue rays so you see clearly in heavy rain at night or blinding snow during the day. Heavy rain, snow, sleet, or fog can make it impossible to drive. Not with Battle Vision Storm. Get your Battle Vision Storm for only $19.99. But wait, due to rising costs and supply chain shortages, this may be your last chance to get your very own at this low price. There is a strict limit of 4 Battle Vision Storm per order while supplies last. Don't wait, order now.
Call 1-800-483-6319 or visit battlevisionstorm.com. So call 1-800-483-6319 now.
Mister, how do you operate this Twitter thing or this Instagram thing or whatever the heck? You're supposed to know all this stuff. Anyway, welcome back to the show.
The person that you see in my lap is one of my heroes. Yep, this is Lucy. Lucy is my spirit animal.
Yeah.
You know, and I didn't understand until Jody explained it to me. What a spirit animal was.
Yeah.
And since the day I met this pretty one 6 years ago, she has glued herself to my hip and not left my side. She is a daddy's girl. She is wonderful. She's crazy.
Yeah.
And fourth rule in the house, the dog's an idiot because she has done some idiotic things.
Right.
But this is my girl. This is the one I hang out with. And this is the one who hung out with me after my blood clot surgery and my cancer surgery. When I would get out of the hospital and I'd come home to rest. And she would just
snuggle.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is the beauty of a dog.
Yeah. And this one here, as crazy as she can get, I wouldn't trade her for anything.
I know you wouldn't.
This is my Lucy. And she's going to hang out with us for the remainder of the show. And speaking of pretty ladies hanging out with us, we got this pretty lady hanging out with us. Alison Moran, Mic Drop Moran, at your service. How are you, my dear? Great to have you.
It's great to be. It's great to be anywhere. I'm doing great today. Hi, Lucy, baby girl. Oh, she is so cute, Brian. Just so damn cute.
This is my spirit animal. This is the one. Anytime
awesome.
that Jody and I go on a road trip, like a short road trip, she comes with us. The only time that didn't happen is when we went on vacation last year to Branson, Missouri. And my wife surprised me with a tour of Kauffman Stadium in Kansas City for an anniversary.
Ooh, love that.
Here's what happened. I didn't know until the final day we were in Branson. I didn't know anything about this. She was talking to my daughter, and all I heard her say was, "I got something up my sleeve that will surprise him." I'm like, what is she planning? And I didn't put I did put the video together for our vacation last year. I just haven't posted it yet, and I have reasons for that. But we were recording the short videos and all that kind of stuff, just having a grand time. Did a week-long vlog of it, and she said, "I will tell you Friday what I'm up to on Saturday." I said, "All right." So Friday came, we did our final activities, we got ready to drive out of Branson, and she says, "You need to stop because there's something I need to tell you." I said, "All right." So I opened the phone, opened the video, and that's when she said, "I've surprised him with a tour of Kauffman Stadium in Kansas City." I cried in joy. And I was like, how does she know me so well? Yeah,
wives always know.
Yes,
there you go.
Wives, girlfriends. Name it.
They always know. And she surprised me with that trip. And what made it even better, at the time she said, I just got the basics. I want you to see the stadium. And I said, cool. My tour guide had other ideas because my tour guide looked at me and said, tell me your story. And I said, well, I've survived pancreatic cancer. I've survived blood clots. And she stopped me and she says, you sound like you got a broadcaster's voice. I said, yeah, I do a lot of broadcasting. I'm going to take you up to the broadcast suite. What? You're going to do what? I'm going to take you up to the broadcast suite.
Love that.
She took me up to the broadcast suite. I saw the Bally Sports, aka the Fox Sports television suite. I saw both the radio booths, took pictures everywhere I went at Kauffman Stadium, and I'm planning to surprise her with a tour of Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis.
Hey.
She is a
great place.
It is
great place. I love it.
I've done 3 games there. I've done 3 Circle City Classics there.
Awesome.
I plan to miraculously get broadcast permission for the state championships, the high school state championships in Indianapolis. It's just a matter of figuring out the cost and seeing how many donations I can get in to get that, because I want to surprise her with that too.
Beautiful. Won't be a surprise anymore, though, buddy. No, I mean, you're announcing it. So, are you planning on muting this for Jody or what?
Hell no. Look, Jody couldn't be muted if I tried, and I'm not trying.
We tried that yesterday, and that did not work.
And the best part about it? She said again what she said when I accidentally turned off my microphone, which is the most beautiful thing. Speaking of microphones, there's the PWHL that begins on November 30th, which I'm excited as hell for. I know Allie is. I promised Allie, and she didn't know this, that I'd work on a broadcast schedule. For us the PWHL, because last year they began in January, and it was just a sprint. It was just a sprint line. Whoops. Allie tumbled for a minute. Last year's PWHL was a sprint to the finish line. They got to the finish line. It was wonderful. We covered a few games. We covered the finals, but now we're going to do it in play-by-play format. And Allie, what are you looking forward to the most with this PWHL season that begins on November 30th?
Oh my gosh, I'm really looking forward to seeing all the clashes and how much more action they're going to bring this year. Now they're comfortable with their setups. Now they're comfortable with being a league, first of all, and also all of the amazing fans that found it.
Oh my God, yes.
That final game where Minnesota beat Boston in Boston. I mean, that was a game for the ages.
Oh, that game was crazy. That game was crazy.
It's going to be so exciting. Now, they just unveiled all new uniforms for the teams, which didn't even have names last year, by the way. To recap, they are the Boston Fleet this year, Minnesota Frost, Montreal Victoire. I love saying that. Victoire. And you have to sing it. The New York Sirens, the Ottawa Charge, and the Toronto Scepters. I am so regretful that the Chicago Blackhawks didn't get in on the original 6 this time. They certainly did it for the Blackhawks. Was it, about 90 some years ago?
Look at it this way. We got these original 6.
Yes.
And these original 6 will forever be celebrated by fans like us, by journalists like us that love covering new leagues when they come up and when they get better and better. I mean, hell, Allie and I were there for the premiere of the WNBA when it came to Chicago. All right. First game they ever played at the old Rosemont Horizon is the day I met Allie, and it's one of the days I met Allie in person because we met earlier that week when I had her on my show live, and I was at Starbucks in downtown Chicago.
Yeah.
And we met that day, that sealed the friendship, and then we covered the Sky game that weekend. You want to talk about a loud house? Listen, people don't understand this about women's sports, and I want to talk to you about this. People don't understand about women's sports. The support is there. The coverage isn't.
Yes.
And that's where Allie, Big Dog, Victor, I, and others want to change that. That's kind of the focus
heavily
of Snowman Multimedia going forward. And there's a pretty lady that I'm married to by the name of Jody K, who keeps whispering in my ear, you need to do more women's sports. I'm telling you, will come when you do women's sports. When we, Shane, when we did the Big Ten championship.
Oh my God, those numbers.
Nebraska, Iowa. 5,200 views for that play-by-play call.
Nice.
And another 500 when I did the national championship between Iowa and South Carolina. Now there's a group of teams that I'm going to follow, Iowa included. South Carolina definitely, because they're the defending champs. USC I know I'm going to look at, and there's a couple of others I'm going to look at, but I think the team I'm going to stick with is South Carolina. And see what they do all the way to the
idea. And you've got to look at UConn as well.
That's the other team I was looking at.
Yeah.
I'm hoping
Paige Beckers, for God's sake.
I'm hoping they play on different days, because one day I want to do South Carolina and the other day I want to do UConn. And I got a feeling it's going to be those two battling it out for the national championship next April. But those are the two I'm going to heavily cover, and that's UConn and that's South Carolina. Allie's going to join me for some play-by-play calls. I know Shane will join me in the production booth. Victor will join me.
I'll be there. I will be there.
Production booth in Chicago. So we got a lot planned with women's sports, and it's really going to start heavy on November 30th with the PWHL, and I can't wait, Allie, to cover that league with you. It's going to be a blast.
Same, absolutely. Oh, that's going to be great. I will look forward to that, and I'm very much so looking forward to it. You know what's funny is you mentioned Kansas City right at the top, and did you know that Brittany and Patrick Mahomes are trying to bring a WNBA championship to actually a WNBA team? The championship will undoubtedly follow, but Kansas City has not had an NBA team or any other kind of basketball since 1985. And Mahomes is already a Kansas City part owner. He's minority stakeholder in the Kansas City Current, the Kansas City Royals, and the Sporting Kansas City of the MLS. I mean, this guy is a titan of Kansas City sports. He's going to be just in the, he's going to be in the Hall of Fame as an owner and as a player. I
love seeing him at different events around Kansas City. I love seeing him around different events, just taking it all in, especially with the Royals when they had their run to the playoffs this past year. And I hope they do get a team in Kansas City. I really do.
I will say this: it
needs that Midwest needs that Midwest matchup again. The WNBA needs that Midwest matchup again.
They do.
Because whenever Chicago and Indiana or Chicago and Detroit got together, it was crazy.
Oh my God. Well, Bill Laimbeer was the coach of the Detroit Shock, the former Detroit Shock. Now they're called the Dallas Wings. And then he was with the Aces. And he brought the Thunder, for one thing. And so any matchup between Bill Laimbeer and any team in the WNBA was going to be insane. And Yes, I told him once that he was my very favorite interview of all time, and he actually he was in the locker room, and I just said, Bill, you are my favorite interview of all time, and he kind of smiled. He goes, why? I said, because you're so quotable. I can always count on a quote from you that will be momentous, that'll be picked up everywhere, and that provides the help for women's sports that's really needed.
It does.
Oh, yes. And then
here's what people don't realize about Bill Laimbeer. When he was brought on to the Detroit Shock and he got introduced to the WNBA, he was all in.
He was.
He's all in. I did an exhibition game at Chicago State when the Detroit Shock played the Chicago Sky. It was one of the first exhibition games I ever went to, and was glad to be there at the top of that season. That's when somebody informed me, he was like, hey, Bill Laimbeer's here. I was like, what? And then I see him walk out with the Detroit Shock. I do the game. I cover the game. I write my story, and I go to the locker room. Bill Laimbeer's the first to emerge, and he's got a big old smile on his face. And remember, Bill Laimbeer is 6'10". All right. Here I am looking like a shrimp at 6'5". He comes out, he just has this big smile on his face. He says, what do you want to talk about? And he shakes my hand, he puts his arm around me, and like, I don't know.
And you start.
I am.
You had him at hello.
Yep, I had him at hello.
You had a game plan, and then Laimbeer just shut you down.
Just like he did with the Bulls many years ago, when the Bulls and the Pistons would always meet in the East Finals. It was so much fun to watch. So much fun seeing these two teams battle, and then I get to meet the number 40, Bill Laimbeer. And I tell you what, when he was between those lines, he was a dangerous player, and I mean that in a very good way. I mean,
and a mean player, dirty.
He was a mean, dirty. But between those lines, that's who Bill Laimbeer was.
You know who? In
the coach's box. He was one of the sweetest interviews I ever met. He's one of the sweetest guys I ever met. He was standing there laughing at me because I'm so starstruck. And I'm like, wait a minute, this is Bill Laimbeer. This is a guy I used to watch and pattern my game after when I played, because he's a big man that can shoot from outside.
Yeah. Right.
We must have talked for 30 minutes, and my recorder was going. We just sat there and just talked, man. I mean, very few points about the game. We just talked about life. And he said, when I was between the lines, it was war, and it was time to get it on with war. But when I'm open the lines and when I'm doing this, he says, he said to me, I'm all bought in with basketball, which further cemented my love for women's basketball, because as you guys know, my first year watching women's hoops was 1982, and that was when the NCAA had their first ever Final Four for the women at the Scope in Norfolk, Virginia. Go ahead, Victor.
One thing when it comes to like individuals I want to meet, and I'm more on the media side, Coach, you know I like to see Lawrence Holmes, but there was a person that was honored a couple days ago, even though there was a horrible loss. But she has been a sidelighting reporter extraordinaire, and I'm talking about the legendary Pam Oliver.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And
we love Pam.
When I hear about how great women are in terms of sports, being especially sideline reporters, Pam is one of them. Pam is one of the queens when it comes to. She's so diligent about her job. She's so diligent. She's so thorough, and I'm like, man, I would love to meet her and chop it up with her.
She is such a warrior and such a proponent for all for women being involved in all sports. And she was so gracious when she lost her prime position to Erin Andrews. It was back in the day, and I felt for her. I actually did a token female story on Pam Oliver, and how unfair they treated her, and what a goddess she was about it. And I know that even to this day there has to be some level of hurt inside here. But she's such a professional, and she knows her damn stuff. it's impossible to say that any amount of respect is enough for her. So
Teacher.
yeah,
She's a total teacher.
She is.
Yes.
You know, one play-by-play, women's play-by-play announcer I had the pleasure of meeting, and I think Allie was there that night in Chicago, was Beth Mowens.
Yes.
With ESPN.
Love Beth. Love Beth's voice. Oh my God. That's
so approachable.
the
Beth
timber.
was just so approachable.
Yeah.
Okay. And I saw her come downstairs and I got so excited. One of the guys from the Sky said, "Man, what are you doing?" "I'm gonna go say hi to Beth Mowens." Like, Beth Mowens is here. I'm like, she's right there. And I'm awestruck. I've been awestruck as a media person since I started in 1995. All right. And I've met a few of my favorites. I walked over to Beth Mowens. She turns around, looks up at me, and had these wide eyes, and she says, "How are you doing?" "I'm doing fine. And it's great to meet you." She shook my hand. She gave me a hug, and I told her, "Have a kick-ass broadcast." And she says, "I will."
Yeah.
Boy.
And she did, I bet.
Meeting Beth Mowens that night. And now I look forward to the day where I meet the great Doris Burke.
Oh my. We love our Doris. We love our Doris.
I met Mike Patrick in 1995 at the ACC tournament final. And of course, the great Dick Vitale was there with him at the Greensboro Coliseum. Met them. And I've always told this story when it comes to meeting broadcasters. One of my favorites of all time is the great Wayne Larrabee.
Yeah,
who was the voice of the Bears for many years. He did the Bulls with WGN, and now he's the voice of the Packers. I saw him at Butler University because I had a game to do at Butler with the UIC women's basketball team and the Butler Bulldogs. I saw him come in, and I said, I should go introduce myself to him. I was scared, but then I wasn't. I walked over. I met him. I said, "I've always loved your work. Your style is what I use when I do football play-by-play." Man, he shook my hand, gave me a hug, and took a couple pictures with me.
Do you want to know who I really loved meeting and who became a friend of mine?
Who's that?
Bob Costas.
Yes. Legendary.
Bob was the most gracious man. I'm sorry to trot on your parade, Brian, but Bob actually was the one who gave me the confidence to go up and ask blindly if someone could be on this very early sports show that I put together for Chris Radio 1,000 years ago. And he agreed to be on it. And then he sent me a note afterwards, and he said, Alison, he was very formal. He called me Alison, and he said, "I really appreciated your thoughtful style." And I'm going, that was all I needed to have the confidence to be able to think, damn, I could really do this job. I'm not sure how. And at that point I was so young in the business, and we kept a correspondence for quite a number of years after that. He donated to my causes. I mean, just a prince of a man. And he would take a call from anywhere. He was in the Olympics, out in Korea and all those things, just as long as we were there. So those are the kinds of people that we really want to have in the business. The people who lift up others.
Like I said, I met Wayne Larrabee. It was a pleasure meeting him. And 2005, I wound up going through a job microphone. I wound up going through a job transition, and my friend Barry surprised me with Sox Fest passes for the final day. And I said, cool. Who did I happen to meet that day? Well, there's a PA announcer that I patterned myself after, and I think Allie knows this name, the legendary Gene Honda.
Yes, I love Gene. I love Gene.
Met Gene Honda that day, and I also met the play-by-play voice at the time, Mr. John Rooney.
Yes. Oh, John.
I had them both sign a baseball, and I said, John, I'm going to be doing a lot of baseball this year in the high school ranks. Do you have any advice? Because this is like my first full season in about 2 years. He looked at me, gave me a hug, and said, just be yourself. Have fun.
That's right. That's right.
That's the advice. That's the advice to give anybody. Because I remember
the
first interview I ever did for a podcast I had way back by myself, road racing ace Tommy Kendall, and I was asking for help, through that. And the biggest help I got was from the legendary announcer himself in NASCAR, Mike Joy.
Mike Joy.
Flat out said, just act like you're just hanging out on the back porch on a couple of rockers, drinking.
That's right.
Just be chill.
The first ever broadcaster that I met was in 1995. My very first game, as a matter of fact. Chicago State played Northern Illinois. And at the time, Northern Illinois had a young bruising center by the name of TJ Lux. And I said, on the air, I said, TJ Lux finished with 26 points and 14 rebounds. We wrapped up our broadcast on the track at the old arena at Chicago State. Kevin Lee, who was my cameraman and my color commentator at the time, said, how do you remember how many points they had? I said, Kevin, it was just a total guess. He said, well, let's confirm it and go look at the score sheet. You're on, man. And my brain's thinking, I am probably so far off with those numbers. But we made TJ Lux our player of the game. Go downstairs, and that's when I meet the legendary Bill Baker, who just recently retired from Northern Illinois.
Yeah.
And I said, can we see the stat sheet? He handed it to us. I'm looking, and Kevin's looking. He says, no way you got this right on the money. Because TJ Lux had 26 points and 14 rebounds.
Damn.
He says, there ain't no way you got that on the money. And somehow I did. And I just did an interview with Bill last year. I've yet to post it, but I will post it. He is my first ever mentor. And so is another familiar name, Dave Ennett.
Oh, Dave.
Voice
my buddy.
Yep.
I love Dave. Love Dave. He was a supporter from the start.
Oh, he's been a supporter. He's been a supporter of both of us.
Yes.
And it's so fun to talk to him and to talk to the media folks that we've met over time. Don't forget, y'all, November 30th, Allie and I are going to come together with a PWHL Game of the Week. And I'm working on putting that together. It'll happen right after Thanksgiving. Hang around, folks. We got women's college basketball, women's hockey, everything. We're going to take you in the women's sports season beginning November 30th, and we're going to take you all the way to June. So hang around with us. Alison Moran, the token female, Mic Drop Moran, joining us as she always does. My dear, we love you. Thank you so very much. Thank you for sharing memories, and we'll see you next week.
All right. Have a good week, everybody. Enjoy. Be safe and healthy.
Don't forget tonight, 10 p.m. Eastern, Klay Thompson returns to the Bay as the Dallas Mavericks face off against the Golden State Warriors. Yours truly, Brian Snow, will have the call. We'll be up at 9:45 with our pregame show presented by Wanna Parlay. Have a great day. God bless. Remember to make your next move your best move. And always remember, if your dreams don't scare you, they are simply not big enough. Dream big, do bigger. We are, and we hope y'all are too. Thank you to all of our guests, and thank you to all of our fans. So long, everybody.